Welcome to Season 21 of Alliance Wars. For Loki, to kick off the season, we are going up against NewN. And this season is going to look a little bit different than previous ones because I actually have a rank 3 6-star champion now. So Human Torch is probably going to be my main attacking champion throughout the season. Of course, I'm going to be using other champions, and throughout this video, I do use both of my other champions that I brought with Thing and Claire. So, first fight though, up against Mojo, and this node is not too bad. I pop on medium boost and a power start 1 because it was going to expire, but the only thing about this node is that if I have 3 debuffs on myself, Mojo gains a massive Fury boost. And of course, Mojo, he's a pretty annoying champion. I don't want him to gain that massive Fury boost and deal with any kind of degen or anything like that. And the way that I can get debuffs on myself is, if I stay close to him, you notice a weakness that stacks up, but they drop off when I back off. So I just need to play a little bit cautiously. And you can see I only did 10 hits to this guy, and he's already down to, nearly half health. Because as it turns out, Torch, he's actually pretty good against Mystics. Now, I'm still new to Torch. I didn't even really get a chance to play this guy in the off season, and I didn't use him in previous seasons or anything like that. He was actually on defense in previous seasons. So things should be getting better as time goes on. You can see here he actually does get the 3 debuffs on me, but able to finish out the fight with that 5-hit combo into special 1. So, all right, first fight is down. The only noticeable mistake that I made in that fight, as far as I can tell, was maybe I should have blocked the special 1 hits a little bit more to build up my heat charges. But otherwise, happy enough with the results of that fight. Okay, going up against the Torch now, which is in front of paths 1 through 3 in section 2. I'm very carefully going through all these nodes. That was probably the 5th or 6th time that I went through them all. I'm really trying to have a better season than I did in previous seasons, where, lately I've been dying more frequently than I would like. So really trying to step up my game here, and going to be using Thing against this Torch because there's EMP mod, and Thing just happens to be immune to shock, so I don't have to worry about that. Here is something that confused the hell out of me, though. That red icon. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought maybe it was the Rolling Thunder node, because I know it's a node because it has that kind of white border around it. But I couldn't tell what it was. And then I parried again, and it showed up again. And I'm like, oh no. What did I miss? I tried so carefully to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I must have missed something. So, okay, I guess I can't parry this guy because that node, it looks really intimidating, man. It's bright red. Making me think, hey man, stop, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna pay for this at some point. So okay, just don't parry this guy anymore. It's fine. I'm doing plenty of damage. I can just block and bait out heavy attacks. It'll be okay. And then here, Torch throws his special 2. Go ahead, there we go. And I end up eating the last little bit of it there. And luckily I have protection on me, so I'm not taking that much damage, but it was still a noticeable health loss. But I'm still okay. This fight is still, I still have way more health than he does. But you'll notice when I attack into him right here, I end up getting a lot of incinerates on myself. It was like every single hit was applying an incinerate. And at this point, my health, dude, I'm getting melted by this Torch. And I'm thinking, I don't even know if I can tank another special 2 from this guy, so 9% health. I hate to do this, but let me just go for it. The node drained my power, otherwise I would have been able to use that 5-hit combo into special 1, and that would have finished it, except, well, it didn't. So I end up dying, and I go back out, and I'm just like, dude, what node was it that I missed? I really couldn't figure it out, because if I knew that I could safely parry, I would have built up my Furies, I would have been dealing a lot more damage, I would have taken a lot less damage from all those blocked hits, and everything would have been fine. And then it finally dawns on me, that was part of the change for the stubborn defensive tactic, and I didn't know it. So those red icons, those are actually destructive charges or something like that, where stubborn, there's an attacker bonus for hashtag defensive champions. And in previous seasons, you would gain perfect block, and it would stack up, and it was nice. Now you don't gain that anymore. Now you gain a destructive charge, which is used to counter the, invulnerability charges that the opponent is gaining. I don't know which is better. Honestly, I don't even use defensive champions, so I've never seen those charges. Even in the off season, I never used a defensive champ. It's the first time seeing it, so it's my fault at the end of the day. I'm not trying to blame anyone but me, but it's just frustrating knowing that, wow, I could have completely ignored it. Because Torch is not even a defensive champion, so there's no reason to have a destructive charge, because it's only meant to counter defensive champions with the stubborn defensive tactic. So just a bit unfortunate that I was really trying to focus on these nodes, and it was right there in the global node the whole time. All right, and I should have paused. I'm very much so still thinking about that fight as I'm fighting this Heimdall, because honestly, this Heimdall fight is not that interesting. You just don't want to get auto blocked by Heimdall, so you want to hit him with a heavy attack after his special. Either just throw the heavy or parry in heavy. And I'm actually going to skip most of this fight because you've already seen all the action to it, but I do want to show something that's kind of funny. I'm still so focused on what happened in the last fight that I just pause. And I'm like, wait a minute, I could have paused and read what it was, couldn't I have? And yeah, I just kind of kicked myself again after that. But all right, anyway, that fight was really uninteresting, and it actually goes on for like 3.5 minutes. Not kidding. So we're going to skip that. All right, moving on. This Mordo has, it doesn't have anything too crazy, honestly. He's got enhanced armor up and explosive personality, so you just don't want to hit into his block, really. I do make a mistake early on, and I do hit his block one time, just out of habit. But after that, it's a fairly clean looking fight, at least. It is a rank 3 6-star champion. There's it's a very strong alliance. They have lots of rank 3 6-star champions. That's kind of the name of the game for these high level alliance wars going forward, is that a lot of these master level alliances, that's the champions they're working with. So I still need to catch up here a bit. I've got the one Torch, but hopefully I can get some other 6-star champions ranked up. In any case, everything's going fine here. Torch is just kind of melting this Mordo, rank 3 or not, don't care. Torch we'll get through it. But then the issue comes up that happens so frequently with Mordos, where he just doesn't want to throw a special. So I'm just kind of waiting here. I didn't want to throw the heavy into his block because I figured I had plenty of time. So an entire power cycle just waiting for him to throw the special, and nope, now he's back to gaining power and turtling up. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll throw the heavy, I'll throw the special 3. I missed the bonus damage, and I'm thinking, oh god, he's gonna survive because I missed that bonus damage, right? Well, he survived. He would have survived regardless, but you are gonna see that I still wish I got that bonus damage, because he does end up melting. He would have melted a little bit faster with the bonus damage, but hey, he still goes down. I would have survived if he hit me with the special 3. It just would have cost me some potions, which would have been annoying, but it would not have resulted in a death, at least. Okay, moving on. We have another rank 3 6-star champion. This is Dragon Man, and this is pretty interesting, man. I was kind of terrified about this fight going into it, because this is my first time fighting Dragon Man in Alliance War, and just so happens to be a rank 3 6-star version. And the node, Stunning Reflection, basically I cannot parry stun this guy, or stun of any kind, otherwise I'm going to get stunned myself. And it has an extended duration on it, so it's really bad news if I accidentally stun this Dragon Man. So I don't want to do that, and what I do want to do is get around to my Incinerate mode. This way I can, well, first off, I can deal a lot of damage to this guy, and I also need to get debuffs on him for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's the polka dot power, where the only way I'm going to be gaining power is if I have a damage over time debuff ticking away on the opponent. And then the second reason is the stunning reflection actually goes on cooldown when I inflict a incinerate on the opponent as well. Now, I still just had the mindset of I don't want to miss time things, because look at this. Even though I have an incinerate on him, the stunning reflection, it's not on cooldown. It only goes on cooldown when you apply the debuff. So in order to not have to worry about all that, I just figured I'm not going to go for a parry stun a single time, which I don't. So the name of the game is just to, keep using the special 2 in the incinerate phase here. And that makes it so that, Dragon Man, he's got a power gain buff, but the special 2 from Claire makes it so the opponent is immune to buffs. So I don't have to worry about the power gain. And it deals quite a bit of damage. You can see it's dealing about 25% of his health for each one of these cycles that I go through. And yeah, I just know that I need to do that basically 2 more times. Now, Dragon Man is a defensive champion, so I do have to worry about stubborn, but he doesn't hit super hard through the block or anything, so I just end up blocking the specials, and it's fine. I wasn't too worried about the damage. And I also have a debuff on myself, or a couple really, and that's giving me willpower healing. So very safe fight, honestly, as long as he's willing to throw his specials. And I wish I wasn't so far backed up against the wall. That's the one thing that I was not really super comfortable with, but he was kind of going down quick enough, so it was all right. All right, on to the last mini boss of the war here against Sasquatch. And this fight was also a little bit scary. I admit that the last one was scarier because I don't really have any experience against Dragon Man outside of the monthly event quest. So, I put in some duels to kind of figure things out there. Sasquatch, at least we went and fought Sasquatch 150,000 times during the side quest of the month. So, I'm fairly comfortable fighting this guy. He also shows up in Alliance Quest Map 7 now as the mini boss. So I've gotten some practice there as well. And with Torch, I should have no issues. I've never used such a powerful champion against a Sasquatch before, but this is pretty satisfying, man. I popped the pre-fight, so flame on, and we're just ready to go to town on this guy, man. Stacking up those debuffs. Of course, he has a ton of health. I'm going to try my best to push him to special 2s. Those are a bit easier to work with. He is defensive, so, we do have the stubborn global to worry about, but, I just blocked the last hit of the special 2, and later on in the fight, you're going to see I just get enough distance that I don't trigger stubborn at all, and we're just kind of cycling him for his L2s here as we kind of melt him down. One of the annoying parts about Sasquatch is that when he's below 40% health and you hit him, he gains these regen charges. And with the amount of health that Sasquatch has, he regenerates a lot. But Torch doesn't care about any of that, man. And yeah, he goes down pretty quickly. And that's it for the first war of the season. So that death was pretty unfortunate. Sucks, man. But I know I can 100% prevent that going forward. So it's okay. And yeah, man, Torch feels pretty good so far. A lot more Torch action to come. Thank you all for watching. New Nation, they did beat us, so congrats to those guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.